Well, hello everyone. Hope today finds you blessed and having a great day. I'm Stephen, the Carnivore pastor, and I'm here today to share with you my how and my why of the carnivore lifestyle. I've shared a little bit briefly in my previous video. I was in an interview the other day with the intentional carnivore, Sean White. We touched on it a little bit, but I want to just kind of go in a little bit more detail on all of that. I said in the video, this has gone on quite a while. 32 years ago, I found myself in a very stressful situation in my life. And of course, I was eating the standard American diet at the same time. And so I like to call it a train wreck. It was just like coming together with the stress and the diet. I ended up getting an autoimmune disease, psoriasis. And that's gone on, that was like 32 years ago. And during that time, I would have times where it would be better than others, but still most of the time it just continued to progress. Went to several dermatologists, been on all kinds of creams and pills. And then a few years ago, started a biologic, which is a shot that I was doing to help get the psoriasis under control. Lo and behold, it worked. But at the same time, it also lowered my immune system. And thereby, being a pastor and you're shaking a lot of hands and you're visiting people and you're visiting hospitals, anything that got around, I was catching. Cold, flu, just sick all the time. But my psoriasis was really so much better. But I just kept getting sicker, and I knew I had to do something different. I wanted to do something different. A lot of times these biologics haven't been around for a long time, so we don't really know what the long-term effect of those things are. And so I began to reach out, and I tried some different things, elimination diets, and really just wasn't getting anywhere with that. And then in March of 2018, started feeling really bad each day. My arms would hurt, my shoulders would hurt, my fingers would swell up and hurt. I didn't really know what was going on, and went to the doctor, and come to find out that I now had psoriatic arthritis. I think it's somewhere around 10 to 20% of the people who have psoriasis can develop psoriatic arthritis. It's literally where the psoriasis gets into your joints. Well, by April and May of 2018, my whole body was inflamed with psoriatic arthritis. Being a pastor, that was kind of debilitating because it would really slow me down with the things I needed to be doing, but I really had no choice. This is what I had to do. And so it just got worse and worse, and I didn't like the biologic, and it wasn't working. And so I started weaning myself off of that at the same time. And so here I am dealing with psoriatic arthritis. My psoriasis flared up even more until the point that it was all over my back, my stomach, my arms were covered in it. It was bad. Then the psoriatic arthritis got so bad that it became debilitating, where I would go days and weeks where I was literally bedridden. To get out of the bed was severe pain. I would crawl to the bathroom in the morning. I would crawl to the living room and try to get myself in my recliner. My wife was working full time, so sometimes I'd be at the house by myself, and sometimes it'd be so bad I would just lay there until she got home, and she would help me shower. She would wash my hair and get me back in the bed. But just it was a rough time. Even many Sundays that I had to have someone else come in and preach because I just wasn't able to. I really got depressed. I thought, I don't know that I want to live like this. And so, a lot of things start going through your mind and your head, and you have to start casting down those thoughts in your head, to try to keep your self-sane. But also being a pastor and knowing the Word of God, I believe that God can heal. And so, I really started just praying and believing that God would heal me of this autoimmune disease. My wife would speak scripture over me, that I was being renewed like the eagle. And I, just every day we would do this. I got to be every night when we would go to bed, I would look over at her and I would say, babe, in the morning, all this is going to be gone. I'd wake up the next morning, couldn't walk, in a severe pain, joints swollen, just no better. But I kept standing, kept believing. And then on April of 2019, I was getting ready to start this new elimination diet that a doctor that I had found wanted me to try. Again, I had done some other ones in the past, but he wanted me to try this. And so my wife had gone out to the store to get all the things I was going to need on this elimination diet. And I was, of course, in the bed, not able to do much of anything. And I remember laying there, and all of a sudden I started feeling really strange, like my blood sugar was dropping. And I thought, what in the world is going on? Why am I feeling like this? And so I got up out of the bed. I walked to the kitchen, opened the refrigerator. My son, who was living at home at that time, had a Coke in the refrigerator. So I popped open the Coke and took a big swallow of that. Well, I don't really drink a lot of Cokes, and so it was like drinking syrup. And so I was like, oh God, I can't drink that. Put it back in the fridge, went back to the bedroom, laid back down the bed, and then about 5 seconds later, I went, wait a minute. I just got up out of the bed. I just walked to the kitchen and I just walked back to the bedroom and I don't feel any pain. Mind you, I'm still feeling a little like my blood sugar is dropping. I immediately started popping my knuckles. I hadn't been able to do that in quite some time because they were too swollen. And I could pop my knuckles and I wasn't hurting. I immediately had my phone next to me. I called my wife and she was actually in the checkout line with all the stuff for the inflammation. And I just said, babe, you got to get home. Something's going on. And I actually broke down, started crying because I wasn't hurting for the first time in almost a year. And I didn't know, it was weird. And so she immediately said, I'm on my way home. And when she got home, I was actually sitting in my recliner. I had gotten out of the bed. And of course, we began to rejoice. We began to praise God that I was healed. And it was amazing. My psoriasis was still there, but no joint pain. And I went several months without joint pain, but I was still eating my standard American diet. I ended up trying to do the elimination diet, but I figured why, I'm not hurting anymore. But there would be some days that I found that I would still get a little twinge of joint pain and stuff. And I began to really feel that for me, the Lord was impressing on me that, yes, I healed you, but if you want to stay healed, you got to do something different. You got to change what you're putting in your body. Garbage in, garbage out. So I began to research. I went online. Sometimes that can be dangerous. I went online and Googled inflammation and how to get rid of it with your diet. And there was, of course, lots of things, but I found this one video by a guy by the name of Dr. Ken Berry. And I pulled up his video and he began to share in this video about how to lower inflammation through a carnivore diet, or I like to call the carnivore lifestyle. And I thought, you can eat meat and it gets rid of inflammation. I thought that was the craziest thing in the world. But I really thought, hey, that's cool, because I'm one of those that I used to tease people and say, hey, I'm a meatitarian, because I've never been a big veggie eater. I'd eat some, did eat sweets, and ate a lot of carbs. But here someone's telling me that I can eat meat and get rid of inflammation. And so I said, I think I can do that. And so I began to think it over, watched several more videos from Dr. Ken, and decided to make the plunge. And so 2 years ago, I began the carnivore lifestyle. At first, it was rough. First week or two was rough. I mean, I was missing my carbs. I was missing my sugar. There was things that I was used to having that I was missing, but I was willing to try. One of the things I tell people, that tell me, well, I can't do this and I can't do this, and to better myself, and I said, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you'll try anything. And that's where I was. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Never having energy, feeling bad, psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis. I didn't want coming back. I knew I had to do something different. And so I did. I jumped in there. Now, mind you, I was overweight. I wasn't like huge, but I started at 253 pounds, which was a little heavy for me, which didn't help my knees. I had some knee surgeries, and all that weight on that knee didn't help. And so I began doing this. Well, I started noticing that pounds started dropping off of me. And then I started noticing that the psoriasis was beginning to heal on my body. It was amazing. It was like, wow, this is really starting to work. And so I began in January of 2 years ago, and by the end of that year, man, it was amazing how much progress I had seen. Holidays came around, and it was like, oh man, it's the holidays. And so I jumped in, started eating some things that weren't so good through November and December. By the end of December, I really felt bad again. I had some itchiness happening on my body again, had some little those twinges of the joint pain again. Of course, it put on some weight. And so January of that following year, which I jumped on it and immediately did the same thing. Just started feeling good again after just a few days, and the weight kept coming off. And once again in November and December of 2022, I jumped off and started doing the standard American diet for the holidays. By the end of December, there it was again. Not feeling well, some psoriasis that had popped up, little twinges of joint pain. And so when January of 2023 came around, I decided I've got to get off this merry-go-round. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you, because it's my story. I've veered off a week here and a week there, but every time I would come off, I would get some kind of reaction. So it would make me come right back to what I needed to do. One of the things I didn't tell you earlier is one of the medications I was on for psoriasis was a biologic. That's a immune suppressive shot that I was on once a month. Yes, it kept the psoriasis away, but one of the things that it can cause, and it caused in me, was IBS. I had never had issues with my gut before, but it got me, and it got really bad. That finally, even when I came off the biologic, I still dealt with that. Matter of fact, at this point right now, I'm probably, after the 2 years of being carnivore, I'm about 95% better on my IBS. I am 98% better with my psoriasis. I have maybe 1, 2, at the most 3 little spots. One of them you can see right there. I'm hoping to get a picture up that you can see my arm when I had the psoriasis. And I believe that if I continue on this, it will continue to get better. My gut will continue to heal. Of course, I feel great. Like I said, 253 pounds when I started. I am now at between 185, 187 pounds, which I haven't been since the 1980s. Feel lots of energy. Started working out 4 months ago at the gym, because you don't have to work out to be on Carnivore. But I just wanted to do something. I had so much this energy. It's like I want to work out again, and started working out. Been working out really hard, gaining some muscle, continuing to gain strength in my body. And I can tell you firsthand that there's nothing else I want to do but Carnivore. People will say, do you miss the veggies? No. Do you miss the bread? No. I've gone off the rails and tried the bread again, and I pay for it. Do I miss the sugar? I really don't. One of the things I've learned is if you eat carbs, you eat sugar, your body's going to crave it because that's what it's going to burn. But if you eat fat, you eat meat, you eat fat, your body is going to use that and is going to burn that, and your body will begin to crave that. And so I crave fat. I crave meat. And the more I eat of that, the more it burns off of me. And it's been an exciting journey. I hope that just hearing a little bit of this story will help you. If you are thinking about trying to get rid of an autoimmune disease, trying to get rid of some things going on in your body and trying to get in better health, I want you to go research, look up Dr. Ken Berry. There's some great information out there that he has. You can reach out to me. I'll give you what I can give you, but I think it would be a great thing for you to at least try. I tell people 30 days. I really would wish you'd do 60 days, but try 30 days. Most people who fail at Carnivore fail in the first 2 weeks. And you're really just starting to get there. You haven't even really gotten the breakthrough yet at 2 weeks, but most people quit by then. I want to encourage you, fight through, give it 30 days. At the end of 30 days, just write down the little places you do feel better, and then go, hey, I can do this for 30 more. And I'll promise you, after 60 days, you're going to be convinced this is something I need to be doing. And so if you need help, reach out. If you get a chance, please subscribe to my channel. I'm new to YouTube and I'm trying to get started with my channel. So subscribe as I put out content and videos. Like those videos. Hit that bell notification so you'll know when I put up new content. And it would be much appreciated if you would do that. Hope this helps you. Hope this helps you find a better way, something to try. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, give it a try. Until my next video and until the next time, may God bless you and have a great day.